Hey everyone, hope you are all doing well today. This is Pastor Peter with Daily Devotions with Pastor Peter Doan, and we are going through Proverbs 17. You have made it 17 days with Proverbs, so hopefully this has been beneficial for you. Proverbs 17 has a lot of great lessons that we can learn, and hopefully we can learn them together as we take some time going through this passage. So let's read together. Better a dry crust eaten in peace than a house filled with feasting and conflict. A wise servant will rule over the master's disgraceful son and will share the inheritance of the master's children. Fire tests the purity of silver and gold, but the Lord tests the heart. Wrongdoers eagerly listen to gossip. Liars pay close attention to slander. Those who mock the poor insult their maker. Those who rejoice at the misfortune of others will be punished. Grandchildren are a crowning glory of the age. Parents are the pride of their children. Eloquent words are not fitting for a fool. Even less are lies fitting for a ruler. A bribe is like a lucky charm. Whoever gives one will prosper. Love prospers when a fault is forgiven, but dwelling on it separates close friends. A single rebuke does more for a person of understanding than 100 lashes on the back of a fool. Evil people are eager for rebellion, but they will be severely punished. It's safer to meet a bear robbed of her cubs than to confront a fool caught in foolishness. If you repay good with evil, evil will never leave your house. Starting a quarrel is like opening a floodgates, so stop before a dispute breaks out. Acquitting the guilty and condemning the innocent, both are detestable to the Lord. It is senseless to pay to educate a fool, since he has no heart for learning. A friend is always loyal, and a brother is born to help in time of need. It's poor judgment to guarantee another person's debt or put up security for a friend. Anyone who loves to quarrel loves sin. Anyone who trusts in high walls invites disaster. The crooked heart will not prosper. The lying tongue tumbles into trouble. It is painful to be a parent of a fool. There is no joy for the father of a rebel. A cheerful heart is good medicine, but a broken spirit saps a person's strength. The wicked take secret bribes to pervert the course of justice. Sensible people keep their eyes glued on wisdom, but a fool's eyes wander to the ends of the earth. Foolish children bring grief to their father and bitterness to the one who gave them birth. It is wrong to punish the godly for being good or to flog leaders for being honest. A truly wise person uses few words. A person with understanding is even-tempered. Even fools are thought wise when they keep silent. With their mouths shut, they seem intelligent. Man, I love this chapter. Proverbs 17 is one of those things where it just says, just shut up, because you're better off that way. Let's look at this passage with a few other verses, with the verse that I had in mind here. Love prospers. This is verse 9. When a fault is forgiven, but dwelling on it separates close friends. Love prospers when you forgive, when you move on, when you don't hold things over someone else. Because, we all make mistakes. There's no such thing as perfection. And we hold it against people all the time. And we always say, hey, when you did this, you're not prospering love. It separates you from the other person. You think you're right, maybe, and you might be right. But it's not good to dwell on it and to say, you were like this here, you're like this now, you never change. Or, you always talk about something that they did fault in the past. Love doesn't flourish. The person who holds the success of the relationship is the person who refuses to let go. And how many of us hang on to issues that have happened among friends? How many of us hang on and have grudges and we don't allow things to move on? Even if that other person doesn't care or doesn't feel anything, the reality is when you hold on to a grudge, you're holding on to a poison that's meant for someone else, but yet you're the one drinking it in every single day and every single time you see that person. Forgive, move on, let it go. Like the song, let it go, let it go, let it go. Don't hold on to it because it's going to kill you in the long run. Move on with your life. Yes, people make mistakes. It happens. No one's perfect. Or people make decisions that may not be fitting for you. So what? It's not going to kill you. It's not going to kill them. If it doesn't really matter, so what? Why make a big fuss out of it? So, love prospers when fault is forgiven, or when people disagree with you and it doesn't really matter, just let it go. Dwelling on it separates close friends. Verse 14 is another one I like. Starting a quarrel is like opening floodgates. So stop before a dispute breaks out. If you know something's going to happen, if you know that if you're going to say something and a dispute's going to come out, don't say anything. Be quiet. And like we learned a couple of chapters ago, when you say something, kind words don't spur up anger. It calms things down. Even if you're angry, what would it look like if we said things in ways where it was loving and caring and it didn't rise up anger? We may be right and they may be wrong, but when a decision is made, a decision is made, and the only thing we can do is stand back and watch what happens. Watch what happens. Sometimes poor judgment comes in. We warned everyone, we said something, but they didn't listen. So what are we going to do? We did our part. And I like it. Why? Because I like this passage. Why? Because sometimes we think that things are so important that we have to break relationships in order for us to get our point across. When the key thing that we should be doing is listening to each other, listening to people with a different opinion, and move together before we have a consensus. Try to figure things out. And if we don't have a consensus, we don't have a consensus. I like the last two verses in this chapter. A truly wise person uses few words. A person with understanding is even-tempered. In my life as a pastor, there are times when I can bring things up and say things that could cause division, but I don't. There are things when I was younger I would fight for, nail and tooth for, just because it's on principle. I'm right, you're wrong, therefore you need to be made wrong. But sometimes it's wise for us to hold our tongues, to say what we need in a few words, but to be even-tempered rather than being angry. And that's why we have to put ourselves in check. And this is hard not for us towards other people sometimes. Sometimes we treat other people more kindly than we do our own family members. Sometimes we approach them and we ask them questions. We seek to be more personable. But yet with people in our family, sometimes we're short. We have one-word lines in our texts, and we misunderstand each other, and then we wonder why things go wrong. We may have few words, but use it in a way where it's even-tempered and kind. Reserve the tongue. I like verse 28. Even fools are thought wise when they keep silent. With their mouth shut, they seem intelligent. Some people open their mouths and they make assumption and they say things, and it just makes them look stupid. Like, seriously, not smart. Seek to understand, not to be understood. I remember the prayer of St. Francis of Assisi. Lord, make me an instrument of your peace. Where there's hatred, pardon. And then I think my favorite part was seek to understand than to be understood. It's about the other person. Whenever we talk, it's about the other person. It's about what we can do for them. It's what we can do to alleviate the pressure on someone else. It's not about ourselves. It's not about getting people to do things for ourselves, but it's about others. When we're in conversation with someone or when we're interacting with someone, sometimes it takes us to use two ears first before we use our one mouth. That causes us so much trouble. So verse 28, even fools are thought wise when they keep silent. With their mouths shut, they seem intelligent. My friends, hopefully as you, being a Christian and a follower of Jesus Christ, you will seem more intelligent because you keep your mouth shut, but then your actions speak louder than words. How do you show that you love and you care? How do you show that you're interested in someone? It's not necessarily through their mouths, but it's through the action that goes with it. When you are in conversation, yes, ask follow-up questions. Be in conversation with someone. But if you're not paying attention to them, that doesn't show that you care. Show that you care through your actions more so than your words. Alrighty, my friends, have a great day. We will be continuing on with the next one after this. But if you have any feedback or you have any questions of what I'm saying, or if you want to give me suggestions of where you want to go next, which passage of the Bible for devotions, let me know and we'll go that route. Until then, have a great day. We'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.